Hello, hello, endurance racing fans. The IRO is back for round number 8 of the 2025 GT Endurance Championship season. It is the 8 hours of Fuji, and you see our weekend schedule. So, we are close to the qualifying and Super Pole session on this Friday, as always, and then tomorrow on the Saturday we have the 8 hours. Here, green flag should drop at 12 British summertime, with the formation lap starting at 11:55, and then roughly after 8 p.m. we should see the checkered flag and also the post-race interviews. As always, all of the racing action will be covered on this YouTube channel here, the official IRO channel, so you won't be missing anything for this one. I know, bold statements here already. So let's have a quick look at round 8, the 8 hours of Fuji with the Grand Prix layout. So we do have the slow chicane of the Dunlop chicane. So some called it the dive bomb city or whatever, but yeah. You see the track details. You also see we haven't raced Fuji last season, so you don't know who is good, who is bad, but everyone is good. Of course, everyone is good. I should stop talking nonsense, right? We have a quick look at our weather forecast. And for this weekend, so the qualifying session, it's cloudy, very overcast, but no rain is expected for the race. So the first two stints, first 2-3 hours, might see some light rain showers. Towards the end, no more rain on that radar. Compared to the Split 2 race we had last weekend, where we had some crazy weather. A bit more easy on the drivers and the teams. Definitely for this Split 1 race. Having a quick look at the standings and the previous race results. So, the 8 hours of the Glen, previous race and last minute racing, took their maiden victory. Maddie activated beast mode, 2 stints he did at the qualifying and secured the first victory for the team, the 45. So yeah, great results. And you see in the championship standings on the right hand side, so esports races are sitting on top. A very consistent season so far. The sector 7 racing esports team, number 5, still in touch. They were leading for quite some time. Bit of unlucky races recently. So can they fight back, close that gap again? We might still see that battle for the top spot, and then the battle for the remaining podium spot, P3 also. Very interesting. Grid Life Racing, Last Minute Racing, Loose Moose Racing, and there are also Project 1 Racing. So this is very, very close. Yeah, and we're on the home stretch, so round 8, including this one. It is 3 rounds to go with the... We quickly bring that up again, the calendar. So the Fuji 8 hours this weekend, then next up will be the 12 hours of Road Atlanta, also called Petit Le Mans in some events. And then we finish the season at Spa with the 24 hours in November. your not this one, sorry. The grid is also a nice picture, but I wanted to have a look at the spotter's guide. So you might spot some differences on that grid. Look at that number 3 car there. Suddenly it's a Porsche 911 and not that Lexus for the Green Machine team, the number 3, Grid Life Racing. So they used their free car swap and went to the Porsche for the rest of the season. The same goes for the 77 Race Asylum entry. They also abandoned the BMW and also went to Porsche. Interesting. But it's their second swap of the season, so points deduction incoming. And also ORT, they are missing for this qualifying session today. They will be participating in the race. They also changed their car again, so they abandoned the Viper and went back to the Lexus for that race. Also with a point deduction incoming because it's their second swap of the season. And then you still see that number 7 car there on the bottom, Eric's Racing, but they unfortunately had to withdraw from the season. So that spot, after discussions with the admins and some polls and all that stuff, it was decided so no one will take that spot. We finished the season with 13 teams. And yeah, sorry. Then sad to see Eric's Racing not be able to compete again, but still a very strong grid, of course, today. So I think we are missing Project Platypus as well. I think they have a qualifying ban because of some shenanigans previous round. Looks like we will be 11 cars for the qualifying session now very soon. Also, you might have spotted it on the right hand side. Antonio is back racing for Sector 7 Racing Esports. Also had a qualifying and a race ban the previous round, where he's back in action, and he will probably have a fierce battle with his French fellow man Maddie for last minute racing today. So I'm just waiting then for the signal when the qualifying session will start. It will be a 30-minute session for the first part, and then as always the top 7 will advance to the Super Pole session straight afterwards to battle out the top spots for tomorrow's race. Let me prepare my overlays and stuff, so I can do that probably already. Look at that. Sounds good. At that, my name is also appearing. Magic is happening all around. So, just waiting for the race director to start this session. I said earlier, so for the qualifying session, no rain. That's guaranteed. Heavy clouds, but no rain. So no excuses also, I think, for the drivers. The race start, the first 2-3 hours will be interesting tomorrow, with the chance of light rain, of course, but that's tomorrow. Let's just focus on this qualifying today. I'm not sure why. What's the problem? Why we are waiting? Then anyone in the stream chat, say hello to everyone. I see Zach, I see Indian Stick Racing, Neighbor is in there, Dance, Arve, Lidstrom, finalized. Cars, Ian, hey. Oh, starting soon. We have that Wabbit is also in here. Hello. And here we go. We are starting soon. So we can go into the spectate mode. And then wait for the qualifying session to start. JP in the house. Hey. Yeah, JP mentioned it. Driver briefing yesterday, and also today the announcement in the steward section. So there will be strictly manually enforced track limits on turns 6, 7 and 15. So watch out. Don't run too wide, otherwise your lap will get invalidated in that qualifying session afterwards. And during the race, if you exceed the 3 strikes per stint, then you will receive some time penalties for every occurrence following. You see also some of the information here. Racing soft, it is of course the qualifying tire. 25 liters per percent initial fuel, and for everyone, I'm pretty sure we see a couple of pit stops, then get that fuel down as low as possible and get some fresh tires towards the end of that session. River evening. Slide rules Wayne as well. Oi, Checo in there. So and oh, here we go. Someone started the qualifying session, so and we are on the way. 11 cars / teams now taking on the challenge for this qualifying session. The top 7 will advance and into Super Pole. We have 2 teams missing, ORT and Project Platypus. From what I can tell, both will be starting the race tomorrow though. And here we have the all-new Grid Life Racing Porsche, the number 3 car on the track. Just have a look, quickly cycle through the grid. So Evo leading the pack for the 44. Esports Race Asylum, closely followed by his Race Asylum teammate in the 77 car. That's JS19, also in that sexy looking Porsche for Race Asylum. Jakey in that number 3 car. Maddie in a very nice livery. I think Richie is the master designer behind that one, a special one for Japan. The Shadow for GT Finland Racers on track, so opening up a little bit of a gaps. Antonio for the 7 Sector Racing Esports team number 5, Lexus. Jake and for Project 1 Racing in the Aston Martin. James, the BMW for Apex Hunter Racing with C. That's the Boomers Mobile. 764 Aston Martin. Mr. SBS for Loose Moose Racing in the 35 Aston Martin. And Yagami in the Mikuga AMG 64 car. Well, Evo is on the lap. We jump on board and get the impression, yeah, how a past lap might look. So the Coca-Cola curve down to third gear, interesting. Try second gear, up to third early. And one of the crucial turns for track limits, but stayed well within those. Now we are approaching the Dunlop chicane. Heavy onto the brakes, first gear, right, left, a little bit uphill, straighten up the car. And into the final sector we go. Oh, cutting it back early on the power again. And now getting ready for a good run out of the final turn. Again, don't run too wide on the exit. Oh, a little bit of a wiggle. And he comes around and gets the run to the line. A 38.3 it is. Shaky 38.3. Mehdi setting the tone for the pace. A 37.9. Antonio even quicker, a 37.8. Oh, Jake up to P3 for P1R. Yes, no, down to P4. It's Mr. SBS in the 35 Aston Martin with a 38.1. So close gaps already after those first flying laps. Still plenty of time left, of course, in this 30-minute session. Oh, have a look. 38.380 currently the cutoff time to get into the top 7. But those gaps, I mean, basically nothing already. The .4, you're not in. Currently, but yeah, 39.0 for Yagami. Wouldn't be surprised if we see the entire grid within a second at the end of this qualifying session. Our next drivers will cross the line. Evo improving, Shaky improving, everyone improving. Mehdi with a 37.7. Godzilla on home soil. Lexus with Antonio, currently P2. No improvement for Mr. SBS, but we see some more drivers improving. Oh, hello, Jake. A nice little spin. So Jake currently sitting in P4 with Z for the Boomers in P5 with that 38.1. Evo with a 38.1 in P6, and Jake with that 38.18 for P7. It is. So, chat, any predictions about the cutoff time for the top 7? What will be needed to get into the shootout later? Will it drop below the 38 mark? Or it's just a very low 38 to sneak in? 37.4 drop off. Ian, you're sure about that? Okay, that's a guess. Yeah, finalized. I think you have to be in the 37s at least to get into the top 7. So on that third lap, no immediate improvements from the drivers. And we see the first pit stops happening after 4 laps of racing. In P8, JS19 currently with a 38.3 outside of that top 7. Needs to find roughly 2/10 to get in that shootout. And those gaps are like crazy close. The 66 GT Finland racers. GTR in P9. So close also James. Not much needed to get at least one more position on the grid, and Yagami now with a very good split sector time. We might see the entire grid within that 1 second range. Oh, big slide. Let's hear the AMG roaring around the track. This should be an improvement. Shake up to P3, and it's a 38.4 P10. He found a gap between the Shadow and James. So 7.5 tenths separating P1 and P11 currently. Oh, purple. That's right, on board with Maddie. Very smooth lines. No, just that final turn, taking a bit of a wider entry, cuts back first gear for rotation, second gear on acceleration, and oh, that curb didn't really help. He might be pitting now as well. Probably was the best exit, and yeah, he's in for service, new tires. He got that fuel down. Antonio doing the same. Shake really close with that 37.8, so a 10th separating the top 3, and it looks like it's pit stop time now for most of the drivers. Shaky already did that on a new run. Let's go on board with the number 3. Still feels a bit weird to see them running in the Porsche instead of their sexy Lexi, but hey. Early downshift to first gear, but good acceleration. And that Porsche always very good coming out of the slow corners with that traction. Oh, close. He might grab a little bit of a slipstream maybe as well. I think he's just outside of it. Oh, and there goes the lap. Unlucky moment, the rear stepping out. So, refocus, regroup, next attempt. Yeah, Adriano, those gaps are very, very close. So currently it's Evo and for the 44 Esports Race Asylum. Nissan sitting in P7 with that 38.177. P6 with a 0.169. Jakey with a 0.112. Mr. SBS with a 0.103. Yeah. So, is anyone improving? Let's wait for some sector times. Oh, not on this lap. JS19 also down. Shadow is down as well. What about the 64? Also big wiggle. No improvement. Bailing out of that lap. James on the out lap. Let's go on board with James, shall we? Getting ready for his next flying lap. Oh, taking a narrow entry, trying maybe to get some slipstream down the long main straight. I should have a little bit of it. And here we go, revving the living hell out of this BMW engine. Shake up to P2 for Project 1 Racing. Still the top 7 are the same, with 15 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Oh, that was close with that bollard for track limits. No, it was too much. So yeah, look at that, Jake in P2. So close between Maddie, Jake and Antonio. Can Antonio improve? He's up. Purple. Oh, needs to nail that final sector now. He's very low on fuel. So this might be his last lap on this qualifying run before he has to come into the pits and refuel the car, get some fresh boots. Maddie with a 37.6. Evo with a 37.8. Here we go. Lap times are dropping now. What about Maddie? Can he... Antonio, can he get close to Maddie's side? Yes, he can. Also a 37.6. So the two French alien drivers again setting the pace. 37.6 for Maddie and a 6.5 for Antonio. Then Jake in P3 with that 37.7. Evo in P4 with a 37.8. So 4 drivers now sub 1 minute 38. Mr. SBS is close with a 38.0.3 in P5. Witsi with a 0.44 in P6. And Jakey with a 38.112 currently holding on to that P7 spot that would guarantee him that spot in the upcoming Super Bowl session. Well, then we have the big gap. Suddenly 2.5 tenths. I did air quotes, by the way, with big gap. So I think Antonio finished the qualifying session, so he abandoned the lap, so he went back to the pits, so he's not allowed then to set a faster lap time anymore. Oh, he feels confident that this will be enough to advance to the Super Pole. Shake liking to the Aston Martin for P1R, and once again the top three so close, less than a tenth. A big slide. Let's see. Entire grid still within 9/10 of a second. James has a little bit of traffic now coming out of the first sector. He's up 1.5 tenths. That would be enough to get him up to P8 probably. Oh, James. Oh, a bit deep. Don't want to run onto that Astro on the inside. That's a good reference, and maybe getting some toe. Will this be the improvement for AHR? 38.4, it's P10. Lost a little bit, but jumped Yagami, who is in P11, but yeah, once again, those gaps, basically nothing. Oh, staying in P11, the Shadow still in P9. JS19 in P8, so can someone out of those four drivers, JS19, the Shadow, James, Oyagami, get close to that 1:38.112? That's currently the cutoff time. 10 minutes to go. Can Jakey improve? Give him even more of a cushion? Oh, he's slow on fuel. Oh, he might be pitting again. Yep. Oh, Mr. SBS on the outlap with C. Low on fuel, pitting as well. So, outlap for Evo. P4, will he be safe with that 37.7? I reckon. Oh. The 77 gets closer to that number 7 spot. Just 0.05 now with the gap. Great improvement for JS19. He's very low on fuel, so he will be pitting in this lap, pretty sure. Oh. Shadow. Bit down on his personal best. It needs to find 2.5, maybe 3/10. To have a look for that top 7, but it's insanely competitive. The grid's still very much on pace for his personal best. Just 2 more turns. to go. And that all-important final turn, taking a very wide entry. Third gear. Oh, that was close for track limits. Did he carry the speed? Lost a little bit of time. James on an outlap. Yagami pitting. We see the top 7 while running with Maddie, who is purple again. The first sector. It's not going easy. And Antonio was like, yeah, that's okay. Oopsie. And there goes that lap. Jake in third still for P1R. Evo, those gaps, I still can't believe how close this is. The top 5 within 1.5 tenth of a second. It's insane. Between P6 and P7, also a very, very tiny gap. And the question is, who will be the leading Porsche, JK or JS? The number 3 or the number 77? Now it's decision time, approaching the final 5 minutes of this session. Seen the 6th car into the 37s. Loose Moose Racing also joining the 37 club. Oh, 3.5 tenths separating the top 6. And 5 minutes to go. Jakey up on his personal best. Final sector now. A little bit of a slide. Not sure if this cost him some time or not. Gets a decent line out of the final turn now. Hoping for the speed in the Porsche, and it's a 38.1. So not much. I think he improved by 3 thousandths. Oh, JS19 I think had to serve a penalty, so this lap will be no good, and probably the next one as well. Lost a little bit of time, so maybe regroup and try to get that one magic lap in that would send the 77 Race Asylum car into the top 7. Outlap for the 66. James on his next attempt to improve P10 currently. Close between James and the Shadow, and even closer between James and Yagami, who's also on a flying lap. Let's get on board and listen to the AMG. We're 10th. It would be massive. I think it would be P9. Whoa, the rear. Would be an improvement. How much? How much is the question. P9 still, so. And that's the end of the qualifying for the 64, so they won't advance to Super Pole, running out of fuel now. I think I still have to keep an eye on the 77. Still so close between the number 3 Shaky sitting in P7 and the 77 with JS19 sitting in P8, currently the two Porsches. And maybe they get one more, so this is not a lap currently. Can Shaky improve? No, not on this, so final shot now for the drivers. Shaky still holding on to that P7, and the 77 now into the final sector. Time is running out, 40 seconds to go. He should be fine to go for another run. Oh, this is like last chance. Now Shadow improved. Let's see the lap time. Yeah, found again a gap between Oyagami finished Shadow. Still running. James also started that final lap attempt in the BMW. A bit wide, I think. That's it. It's an early one, yeah, half a second down, so looks like P11 for AHR. Can the 66 improve? And what about the 77? Oh, it's closed. It's close. Doesn't need much. Where's Shaky? Crossing line won't be improving. No. JS19 can spoil the party for the number 3 Grid Life Racing. Needs to nail that final turn. Oof. Now, what's the time gonna be? Shadow improved. JS19 didn't improve, so stays in P8. Shadow also close. I mean, what? Ooh, nice little spin over the line, and that's the qualifying session done. So the top 7, Shaky for Grid Life Racing, Mr. SBS for Loose Moose Racing, Witsi for the Sector 7 Racing Boomers, Evo for the Esports Races Salem team, Jake for Project 1 Racing, Antonio for Sector 7 Racing Esports, and Maddie for Last Minute Racing. It will be the top 7. Let's jump back into the lobby, so you can still see the results on the right hand side. See just a little bit of overtime ticking down. And then we have a short break before we will head into the Super Pole session with the top 7 drivers. Alright, so now the official in-game graphics. 3 drivers with a 0.6, Evo with a 0.7, as well as Wit C and Mr. SBS with a 7.96 drivers sub 138, and that 38.109 secured JK and Grid Life Racing that number 7 spot. In P8 we have the 77 Race Asylum team Porsche, and then the Shadow for GT and Racer 66 Nissan GTR Yagami for Mikugar Sector 7 Racing Team, and James for Apex Hunter Racing in P11. Alright, so we have a quick break, and to remind us, so we are a little bit late for the Super Pole, just a couple of minutes, but it will still be happening, that Super Pole. Now 2-3 minutes maybe, and then, or maybe 5, I don't know what's the exact timing, but yeah, don't leave, we have that Super Pole still now lying ahead of us, and then tomorrow, of course, the race, the 8 hours. So, and we wait for the room to be reset. A little break. A singing break? Nah, I finalized. You know the drill. Like, I can quickly put on the calendar and overlay, and you see those races with a 24 in it. Those are the races Jägeroki will be happening. It needs to stay special. Oh. But there will be a session in November. Spa 24 offers probably some opportunities then. Get a late night stint or very early stint for me then to do something silly again. Yeah, and no, there's a reason I don't do it like in prime time. But there's always like the option, like YouTube, video on demand, real life, whatever. Watch the video. If you're that keen on hearing me singing, I wouldn't do that. Like, watch it back, but, or listen to it back, but whatever. So, I can tell you we are just waiting for Maddie. Maddie left the lobby. He should hopefully join the lobby again very soon. Yeah, you could do that, of course. I'm pretty sure like on the IRO YouTube channel there's a section like for user generated clips, and the most successful ones are being displayed. Could be wrong, but there might be already some clips there with me doing the Jägeroki singing experience. But enough. It's not about singing, it's about racing here. So while we are waiting, still present you the last race results and the overall championship standing. So I'm still not sure why we don't have Maddie in the lobby. Any update? Last minute racing in chat. What is going on? Where is your driver? We are getting him back. Work faster, work harder. Oh, someone is joining the lobby. That might be good news for last minute racing. He's in. He's in. So. Oh, I'm not prepared for Super Pole overlays. Ah! Don't start yet. Okay. I'm ready. Oh. Starting soon. Okay. And oh, Maddie going for the medium tire qualifying challenge. No, that's Antonio. That's not. That's also interesting. And here we go. Super Pole is starting now. 15 minutes of qualifying action. George Russell Planetary here. Ignore the softs, mediums are faster. What the hell? Not sure. Is Antonio ready for the session? So he's still sitting in the pits. Maybe he was chilling too much after doing 15 minutes. Now he's out on track using the medium tires. Alright. Maybe I missed the memo, but we'll see. We'll see. So, the 7 drivers taking on Super Pole. It's Jakey in the number 3, Street Life Racing, Porsche, Evo in the 44, Esports Race Asylum, GTR, Maddie in the 45, Last Minute Racing, GTR, Jake, the 20, Project 1 Racing, Aston Martin, Mr. SBS, the 35, Loose Moose Racing, Aston Martin, Witsy in that 3rd Aston Martin in the Super Pole for the 764, Boomers, and Antonio, the number 5, Lexus for Sector 7 Racing Esports. And here we go on to the first flying lap of the Super Pole session. Yeah, let's go on board with Maddie. Antonio realized his mistake and now going for softs. Look at the mirrors. Jake 4P1R sitting in that slipstream. Basically staying with Maddie on that lap. Oh, this could be close. Oh, Maddie abandoning the lap. So we do a quick trouble. Oh, Jake with a penalty. What's going on? But let's stay with Jakey who crosses the line and sets the first reference lap time. It's 38.3 Evo, 38.2 Maddie abandoned that lap. Jake also serving the penalty. So we have Mr. SBS currently on traditional pole with that 38.0 with C. P2 38.2. And we are waiting for Antonio, who is on that outlap now on the softs. We will be starting the lap now, and let's go on board with Antonio then in the Lexus. Oh, not using 6th gear at all on that straight. A bit too deep, I think, into turn number 1. Not ideal. And carrying the speed through Coca-Cola. The 2nd gear, keeping it within the track limits. Evo first driver into the 37s. Maddie with a 37.8, even quicker. We stay with Antonio out of the Dunlop chicane into the final sector we go. Stayed on that curb with the right hand side tires, and now with the run, will it be a 37? 38 to start with, and under 9 minutes to go. We have Maddie P1 currently, Evo P2, so a GTR front row lockout. Then we have the 2 Aston Martins, Mr. SBS and with C on that 2nd row currently. We have Antonio in the Lexus alongside with Jakey in the Porsche, and Jake for Project One Racing, that 3rd Aston Martin. We saw him in that first part of the qualifying session where he was basically on the same pace as Maddie and Antonio. Now struggling a little bit on the Super Pole, was very sketchy. Jakey with a 37.9. Where is Jake? 37.9 as well. Now here we go. Evo pitting. Antonio needs to improve, needs to get into the 37s as well. Didn't see any split sector times, so we have to wait for the lap time when he crosses the line at 37.6. Provisional pole for Antonio. Maddie down to P2 currently. New tires, so stay on them and get one more in. So we have 6 out of the 7 into the 37s, and SBS with that 38.0 just outside. So less than 4/10 separating the top 7. Now, where's Maddie pitting? Okay, it's fresh tires. Evo did that, is on the outlap. Jakey doing the same with C coming in. Jake staying out, didn't improve, stays in P6 for now. Here comes Mr. SBS with the next flying lap, starting on fresh softs. A little bit of traffic ahead. Couple of drivers just left the pits and now starting the outlap, but I think they're not going for a slow one, so shouldn't be an issue. Antonio bit out of sync with the rest of the group, pitting now for fresh softs. 5.5 minutes to go. Mr. SBS seems to be improving for the 35. Blue Smooth Racing Aston Martin. Turn 6-7. Yeah, no issues with the track limits. Pushing that advantage around the Fuji track. Lost some time. Oh, he won't be improving on that lap then. There's Jake. He stayed out. I think he's the only one. Will he be pitting now? Yeah, looks like he's taking the right hand side. So outlap for Witsy and the Boomers. Outlap for Shaky as well. And Grid Life Racing. Evo. Improving? Question mark? Nope. Not yet. Outlap for Maddie. He will be starting his next attempt. Can he grab pole position? He needs to beat that one. 37.667. Conditions should be good. He's improving a little bit. Not the fastest first sector overall. Still a tiny improvement. Using all of the track. Maybe a sign for good speed. Still up on his personal best. Will it be enough to beat that 667? A little bit of a drift. So what about that final turn? Early on the power. I don't think he has slip stream. 37.571, a magic final turn. And also Mr. SPS made it into the 37, so all the 7 cars sub 138. Crazy pace, crazy competition in this qualifying session with 2.5 minutes to go. 2 more laps for the drivers and see if they can improve. Again, we see some really close gaps. Shaky sitting in between Evo and Witsi. Antonio also improving, bringing the gap down again to 87 1/1000ths of a second. It wasn't enough to get pole. So Evo still in P3 with that 37.902. Shaky right behind, on track and on the leaderboards. This will be the final lap for Evo and Shaky. Both didn't improve. Now it's time. What about the Boomer Mobile? Shake up to P4. Found the gap between Evo and Shaky. So Jake, the best Aston Martin currently, with that 37.916, and goes purple on the first sector. Ooh. What is Jake up to for P1R? Antonio with a 0.5 as well. Now we need to have a look. Oh, it's all so close. Maddie with a penalty. He won't be improving. I think we should stay with Jake. He was on a good lap. He had purple. So, final chance for the drivers. It's nail biting drama. Jake with a good run out of that final turn. Can he improve? Can he get on position? Evo still in P3. Jake getting P3. Whoa! With 1/1000th of a second, he got P3. Evo down to P4. Jakey's P5. With C crosses the line. SBS in P7. So I think everyone finished. No, Antonio, but Antonio has a penalty. He won't be improving. So, yeah, that's the top 7 now. We'll still wait and for Antonio to finish. And then let's see. Oh, qualifier. It's done. Race results. So, top 7. Maddie taking pole for last minute racing, the 45. Nissan with a 37.571. Antonio in the Lexus RCF for the Sector 7 Racing Esports team. 37.581. Wow. Then the closest gap on the grid between Jake and Evo, P3, P4, P1R in P3, and the Esports Race Asylum 44 Nismo in P4. Jakey in that new Porsche for Grid Life Racing P5, also with a 0.9, same as we see for the Sector 7 Racing Boomers and Mr. SBS for the 35 Loose Moose Racing. What a qualifying and super pole session that was. Well done. Well done, everybody. So, let's get rid of that and that. And then let's once again head over to the schedule for the weekend. So, Friday qualifying day done and dusted. Time to get ready for the race tomorrow then. So we'll be live 11:55 at the latest, maybe 11:50, something like that, British summertime, here on the IRO YouTube channel. Start of the formation lap should be 11:55, and then we should have a green flag at 12 at high noon and 48 hours here at the Fuji Speedway. And then all the way till the checkered flag, we will be staying live here for the race. 4 stints of driving and commentary, and then checkered flag and some post-race interviews as always. So yeah, I guess that's it for today. Thank you all for watching. It was a great qualifying day, and fingers crossed we see the same close racing in tomorrow's 8 hours event. So hope to see you there again, and until then, stay safe, take care, and see you hopefully soon. Bye.